Oh yeah, we're live. What's up, everybody? This is who am I again? Oh yeah, I'm Justin, and you're on Fast Entrepreneur. All right, so I'm gonna shoot a quick video here, and it might not be much, or it might be like just the most tremendous ever. So it is March, and if you don't know what that means, it means it's March Madness. That's right, it's March Madness basketball. And I don't know if you're watching. Listen, some people just ain't into that type of stuff, but some people, they just really are. And see, if you haven't noticed the theme, I'm gonna stay on it for the whole point. So, whoa! Whoa, look at that dog. Look at that dog. Scared the bonkers out of me. Or did he scare me? Oh, no, there's another one. No, there's another one. No, there's one across the street. There's dogs all over the place. Jeez. Ooh. Or are there? See, sometimes you don't really know. Or do you? You know. Anyways, where was I? Back to the madness. Back to the madness. So, I do like to watch me some basketball. However, I haven't been watching too much yet. Or have I? No, I have not. But I did fill my bracket out. And I picked, who did I pick? I picked Baylor. Hey, dogs! Some more dogs back there. Tiny ones. Lots of dogs around. Alright, let's get back to the show. So, where were we? Oh yeah, I picked Baylor. I picked Baylor to win the whole kit and caboodle. The whole dog-horrific thing. Just, we're gonna have to wait and see if that really unfolds. But anyways, it's about a month long. If you haven't got your brackets in, well, you're probably too late. And if you did get your brackets in, good luck. I'm gonna be watching the Yale game a little bit later today. They're probably not very good, but I'm watching them because they're the Ivy League champs. And even though I was rooting for alma mater Princeton, Yale beat Princeton. Good game, actually. Princeton was down by like 10 points with like a few minutes left. Princeton came back within 2, but final score they lost. So anyways, Yale advances, and Yale will be moving on today to go face. Oh, there's another dog. Oh my gosh. There's 2 of them. They're sitting in the window. I'll show you on the way out here, you know. But yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, these guys are they're just looking at me. Bye guys. They ain't really got nothing to say. There's a lot of dogs. Hey, the weather's getting nicer. Oh, that wire almost took my, see that wire? I almost walked into, almost went like, almost clotheslined me. That would have been great. Especially on camera, right? Oh, anything for YouTube views. Anything for YouTube views, I tell you. No, I'm kidding. If you haven't noticed, I mean, listen, views are great, but I just do this because it's fun and I like it. And, you know, if I get a few views, great. If I don't get no views, great. But more views are always better than no views. Let's just be real. Right, people? We love to be loved. We love to feel, you know, special. And, yes. So, I know I'm special. You're special. We're all just so special. And, where was I? Oh, yeah, back to the March Madness. I'm just rambling. I'm rambling, talking, walking. There's our mailman back there. Getting ready to go do his mailing. And, oh yeah, so Yale's playing today. They're probably not going to win. I think they're playing Purdue. Purdue's supposed to be a pretty good team, but, hey, that's why it's called the Madness, because sometimes there's some upsets, and you just never do know who's going to win. Now, how the tournament works, if you ain't familiar, there's 64 teams in the tournament, but there's actually 68 because they have like this thing called the play-in game for like basically the loser of the loser teams. And so they all play one another, and then the losers of those losers go home, and the winners of the losers end up going to play the best teams in the country. And then, you know, hey, there's another dog. Holy monkey. Let's go say hi to this guy. Oh, this is beware of the dog, so beware of the dog. So you might not want to get too close to this guy, but where is he? Look at him. Look at him. Hi, dog. Hi. Hi. So he don't look too scary, does he? I don't think so. Let's do what we gotta do here and get out of here. They're still barking at me. Look at them. Look at them. He probably should just be minding his own business. He seems like it's pretty friendly. Oh yeah, so 64 teams. So what they do is they do it's tournament style. So if you lose, you're out, and if you win, you advance to the next round. So the way it's going to work is there's in the first 4 days. So we're on day 2. There's going to be 32 games, right? 64 teams divided by 2. So you got 32 games in the first 4 days, and that's really when. No, actually, you got more than that. Sorry, I think you got 32 games in the first 2 days, and then the next 2 days you got another 16 games. So you're looking at 48 games in the first 4 days. After that, you know, you've weeded it down a lot. So we've gone from 64 to 32, and from 32 down to 16. So it'll be a whole different ball game. All right, and see, I see you, Doug. I see you. Whole different ball game after this weekend. Now, how do you get into the tournament? Well, you either get in a few ways. Either you win your like tournament, your championship, you know, your conference championship, or you get an at-large bid. Like you're just really that good. You're just such a good team overall in the nation, but maybe you didn't win your conference. And you know, see what happens. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. You know, there's just so many games on this weekend that, you know, watching them all, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I used to. Sometimes I listen to them on the radio. You know, sometimes I just don't watch them. Sometimes I just look at the results. Sometimes I, you know, call some friends or, you know, family or whatever, you know, ask them, you know, about the games, see what they're thinking, see what they're doing, you know, just shooting the breeze. What else? It's a hot one today, folks. I mean, just gonna be real. We had St. Patty's Day. By the way, I still got my green on, so happy St. Patrick's Day to y'alls. And, I mean, absolutely happy St. Patty's Day. You know, I don't know about you, but we had some corn, beef, and cabbage. And let me tell you, I made a couple sandwiches, you know, put these corned beef, you know, put a little bit of mustard. Oh man, that mustard was so good. Put it on some cabbage, and just absolutely tremendous. So, you know, I don't usually, oh man, don't usually have too many, you know, Irish type foods, but didn't have like a Guinness or nothing, but the food was great. Anyways, shooting the breeze again. So I was saying, because it is getting warm, so the snow is basically melted, and now is the time to get outside, get moving, get walking, get biking, get hiking. Tomorrow, by the way, I might be going to a good buddy of mine. We've been friends since we were, oh, I can't even remember. I mean, we were friends since we were high elementary school, middle school age. You know, their family was homeschooled, so, and I went to a public school. but we met at church and became great friends. And you know, we used to spend a lot of time outside, you know, chopping down trees and doing all that sorts of things. Well, anyways.
Okay, yeah, my dog. I need a break from the baby. You're right. Yeah.
I moved already, actually. That's just what I got.
She said she needs a break from her baby. And then she's like, oh, and then he's like, I moved already. So I'm just sitting here kind of, you know. Anyways, where was I? Oh. So then, yeah, so, yes, sometimes you get to eavesdrop conversations, you know? People are talking. What are they talking about? But anyways, I got my friend tomorrow. So when we were younger, we used to like chop down trees. We used to, you know, with like, I mean, you know, we were, you know, teenagers. We'd just get together. We'd go out in the backwoods. We'd, you know, chop down trees, building forts. Had a really good time. And anyways, you know, now he's grown up. He's got a family. He's got a bunch of kids. And then, oh, we're going to be making sap. That's right. From scratch. He's got some maple trees, you know, so did it with him last year. We had a good time. Took us all day, but, you know, draining the trees, taking the liquid. It kind of looks like clear, kind of like water, if you will, like milky water, clear water. Then we boil it down, you know, boil it down. And eventually we get some good maple syrup. I tell you, good maple syrup. Like, if you ain't never had no maple syrup, it's like good maple syrup. And good times, you know, good time to catch up. Good times to just chill and chat. Actually, I remember last year when we did get together, it was just about the time I think that the U.S. stimulus checks, you know, had just come about. So he was asking about Bitcoin. So we were talking a little bit. But I do remember, it's interesting just reflecting, you know, I had been telling a few of my friends and family, you know, when Bitcoin was under 20,000, you know, talking about the halving and saying, hey, if it hits 20 grand, not financial advice, but might be a good chance that we're moving into an upward swing here. I think he waited on it. So by the time I saw him at the brewing, you know, at the maple syrup brewing, you know, price of Bitcoin was probably already up 50,000 or so. I can't remember if we had touched the 60 range or if we had not yet. But either way, I mean, you know, I remember kind of what I was saying to him. I said, well, you know, in the long term, because he looked at the long-term chart, right? The long-term Bitcoin chart was like, he's like, wow. He's like, this thing just goes up, right? Number just goes up, number go up, number go up. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, over the long term, you know, over the long term, depending on what your horizon, I said, so far, so good. I mean, not gonna deny, and I ain't gonna argue with you on that one. But I said, you know, short term, I mean, you look at some of these swings. So we talked about some of the swings. You know, Bitcoin sometimes can have massive swings, or it has, you know, 80% dumps, 60% dumps. And so I remember, you know, he wasn't super familiar maybe with the technology, but he'd heard about it, and he's got some family members that are, you know, kind of in the, you know, helping him out, you know, too. So I don't know if he got involved. I think at the end of the day, you know, because I think he was asking me, and then I think I asked him, you know, a little while later, you know, what he decided to do. And I don't think he pulled the trigger. And, you know, I think my answer was something like, well, you know, I forget exactly what I said, but like, you know, maybe it's best, right? Like maybe if you don't understand something or you don't understand what you're doing, maybe it's best to wait. So, you know, I mean, hey, and now looking at it, you know, heck, He's probably, I don't, the thing is what did you do with your time? I mean, if you wait and you don't buy, did you buy something else, or did you just wait and did you educate yourself, you know, further on the space in the time you're waiting? I don't know, but, you know, I think probably for people, probably, you know, like him and my friends and a lot of people that maybe don't follow Bitcoin all that often, I got a rock in my shoe, so I'm gonna, hold on, I gotta stop here. Just bear with me. You know, I was gonna put, you gotta, all right. Oh, man. These dogs are going crazy. Hold on, I got a rock in my shoe. Look at the bottom of these shoes. They gotta be getting my full use out of these babies. Sauconys, I love them. Love those. Is that how you say it? Saucony or Saucony or... Anyways, good brand. I'm a fan. That kind of rhymes. Where were we? Oh yeah, we're talking, you know, for some people, sometimes set it and forget it is kind of the best way, dollar cost averaging, right? Buy a little bit, you know, buy a little bit. Don't worry about the price swings, just know long term. You know, in some ways, like, I mean, I talk a lot about Truebit. I mean, in some ways, that's the way I'm kind of seeing Truebit right now is, you know, who knows when the thing's going to pop, but I think I kind of made my mind up. Again, nothing I say ever on these channels is financial advice or any advice whatsoever. You always got to do your own research. You know, I say that, but like, I mean, I don't know why people would listen to anything I got to say in the first place, but if you are, then, you know, just know it ain't financial advice. You got to do your own research. Getting back to Truebit. I think it might be time. I like the Truebit. Hey, I like the Truebit. I like the Truebit. Sing it. Truebit. But, you know, I've kind of made my conviction on Truebit, and whether or not it does what it does, you know, well, that's up. I'm okay with that because I made my conviction, you know, and when you decide, so, you know, whether or not it's going to go right away or it's going to take a few years or whatnot, you know, if you can be okay with that. Now, with that being said, you know, do I think that it's always smart to, you know, hodl? Well, I can tell you, you know, sometimes, this is how I look at it. Sometimes financially, it's probably best not to hodl, right? It's probably best to, you know, if you think that prices are going down, it's probably to get out, right? Buy back in later, you get more. But then there's the other, you know, part of it is, you know, well, if it's causing anxiety or if you're always trying to time the market and you don't know if you can time the market correctly, then, you know, then you might be just, you know, buying and selling and trading fees and blah, blah, blah. And the guy over there's building like a chicken coop or a farm or something. Like a shed. There's two of them. I think they're smoking their cigarettes. What else? So, oh yeah, so getting back to the hodl. So, you know, whether or not, I think, you know, I think trying to time and trying on the short-term time frames, you know, sometimes you just miss the boat. So I think that there's reasons to do both. I think that there's reasons to, you know, you're kind of hedging against yourself, right? Because nobody knows. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody knows when. You can look at trends and charts all day long. Charts farts, you know. What else we got to talk about, folks? Let's see. Well, we got a big war going on. I think we're all aware of that. It's not a good thing to see. It's not really good for anybody, obviously. But what was that? I don't know. I heard a sound. You ever heard that happen? Like, you get like, you hear sounds and you don't know where they're coming from around you. Sometimes I don't know if they're dogs. I don't know. Oh, let's talk about shaving. I mean, check this out, right? You know? So, I don't know, but I mean, this probably is just going out to the guys, but I mean, you know, sure, sometimes women can relate in different areas. So, But shaving, right? How often do you shave? Now, to me personally, when I first started shaving, I remember, you know, back in, well, I started shaving early, probably middle schoolish, right? And like, I remember the first time you start to shave, you got that peach fuzz. Once you start to shave that, boom, it's never going to be the same, right? You shave that peach fuzz off, it's like you're off to the races. It's like, boom, you're going to start growing. You know, I know different people grow facial hair at different, you know, rates and colors and all that. I'm not here to discriminate against no racial, you know, or color, you know, or facial hair or whatnot have you. But what I do say about the facial hair is once you start shaving, it just, you don't stop. It's like Pringles, you know, it's like Pringles. And so now I used to shave. I used to have like the clean cut, you know, all the time, you know, like, you know, put the razor, shave it, you know, shaving cream, sing the shaving cream song. You guys know the shaving cream song, right? If you don't, I'll sing it for you. Shaving cream, you go on so very nice and clean. Shaving cream, shaving cream, shaving cream. You go on so very nice and clean. You get the idea. So anyways, you know, that takes time. And I think what happened is, you know, after a while, it's like, all right, maybe I'll shave, you know, a little less often. Then I found myself, you know, going through seasons. Like, you know, there's some seasons in life where, you know, maybe you want to shave quite often, especially I think during the summer, at least for me, you know, because when you get longer, you know, it gives you a little warmth, you know, makes you feel like you're hibernating a little bit like a bear. And we'll get to this in a minute. Been working on that for quite a while, you know. So, you know, just watch out. I might have a new look. I might have a new do coming at you pretty soon, folks. What else we got here? Oh, so anyways, so, you know, then it's like, then you got to play around with all the razors. Do you use like, you know, like the cheap, like Dollar Tree, like, you know, Bic razors that you use once, throw away, or sometimes you do use them more than once, right? And sometimes you don't throw them away right away. I mean, you know, maybe use hydrogen peroxide or something to, you know, just to, you know, clean it off. You know, you can nick yourself, you can cut yourself in your shave. Do you go for electric